I currently teach third grade at R.L. Stevens in Santa Rosa. When I finished my multiple subject credential program at Sonoma State 8 years ago, I was so excited to get out and start teaching, and I didn't see myself coming back to school really anytime soon. It took me 4 years of teaching to realize that I wanted more tools and a deeper understanding of how my students learn to read and write, so I could really help to reach all of my learners, especially those struggling readers and writers. So I applied for the graduate reading program. The program has done so much for me professionally. Before the program, I would read with students, but I wasn't always sure what I was listening for, what I was looking for, and how best to help them. After the program, I now know the reading and writing process in a much deeper way. I know I need to sit next to students. I need to listen to them read, and I need to have them share their writing, so I know who they are as readers and writers. It's the best way for me to know what they can do well and what I can do to help them next. The program has also connected me with a lot of amazing professionals, a small but mighty group of ladies out there tonight. Not long after being hired in my current district, I met a teacher, Amber Lissette, who taught second grade with me. She had, lo and behold, graduated from the exact same reading program years before. Together, Amber and I have done many great things at our school, including the creation and implementation of an after-school reading intervention based upon the reading workshop model. But my greatest successes, hands down, can be seen in my students' growth. At the beginning of this year, when I met Diego, he was one of those classic fake readers. You know the kind that would flip through pages and put the book aside and grab another one and repeat. He thought reading was unimportant. But there was one thing that Diego loved above all other things, and that is Star Wars. It became my goal to help Diego find his inner reader. My program experiences helped me to see his passions not as a hindrance, but actually as an asset. So, the first Scholastic Book Order of the year, I bought every Star Wars book I could find. Diego quickly found that his passions could be found in books too. Ironically, it created a new problem. Suddenly he was trying to read all the time and sneaking it anytime he could, but yeah, that's a much better problem to have to deal with. He has since discovered lots of different kinds of exciting texts and lots of different genres, but you can bet that in his book box every week there's always at least one Star Wars book just in case the need arises. A few weeks ago, during a reader's workshop, I was preparing to sit next to some students, and I looked in all the book nooks around my classroom to find some kids to read with. And I was a bit surprised to see that, honestly, every single kid in my class was so absorbed in their book, in what Nancy Atwell calls the reading zone, that I actually didn't even have the heart to interrupt a single one of them. And I just kind of took it all in like, wow, this is really happening. As that time came to an end, I asked them to do one of those scoring things, and new teachers probably did the fist to 5 or heard of it. So I had them rate how in the zone they were reading that day. And I got almost all 5s, which is completely unheard of and was fantastic. These moments of glory aren't magic. I didn't go to the reading program and suddenly I have a classroom full of readers. This isn't a special class that just happens to love to read either. It actually took grit, and you probably heard a lot about that word, but it took hard work, it took research, it took reading, collaboration, and practice to get me just to where I am today as a literacy teacher. My years at Sonoma State have unlocked my desire to, pardon the cliche, but be a lifetime learner. I truly now have habits, along with a level of reflection that is a part of who I am as an educator. It continually pushes me to read, research, collaborate, and practice. I won't stop until I've found a strategy that works. It may be next week, probably not. More like a few years from now, you will get that urge to want to come back and know more. And when you do, I hope that you'll come back to Sonoma State and you'll allow the reading program with its reading faculty to unlock the potential so that you too can see your students more deeply as readers and writers. Thank you.